AYOBAMI Omoniwa is a passionate family life practitioner, marriage counselor, and premarital coach dedicated to helping individuals and couples build emotionally healthy and lasting relationships. She began her journey with a BSc in Computer Science at University of Ilorin, but transitioned into human development with a PGD in Guidance and Counseling. Today, she is a certified family life practitioner and a certified mental health and addiction counselor, equipping her to support clients through relational challenges, trauma, and emotional healing. Through her brand, Peace Hub NG, AYOBAMI empowers people to break cycles of pain, cultivate wholeness, and experience love across every season of life. Whether preparing couples for marriage, guiding emotional recovery, or leading transformation groups, she brings clarity, compassion, and practical tools that inspire lasting changes. She is joyfully married to Ayodele Omoniwa, and together they are blessed with 3 amazing children. Ladies and gentlemen, with no further ado, please welcome AYOBAMI Omoniwa.
Good morning, good afternoon. Just my phone. Yes, I do. It's an honor to be here. Thank you, Sister Feintola. And I honor Mommy. Mommy Mo she's a mother to a lot of us. She's mentoring us both from afar and closely. And I just pray that the kind of heart that she has, that some of us would have learned, well enough to be able to, carry that on. She's such a well that keeps giving. And that's amazing. Thank you so much, Mommy. I'm grateful for the presence of my colleague. Yes. Yes, thank you. And please celebrate your beautiful selves. Thank you. Oh my goodness. I can see my people. Thank you, Coach Deborah. Thank you, Coach Hadola. Thank you so much. All right. Is it okay if we just say a word of prayer? All right. Thank you. So, Father, in the name of Jesus, we're thankful for your presence. We're thankful, Father, for your help. We're thankful for your wisdom. Spirit of the living God, that you breathe on every word, that our hearts will be enlightened and your light will shine upon our hearts and we'll be better for it. In the name of Jesus. And that a little word will make so much impact by the power of your might. In Jesus' precious name. Amen. Thank you. All right. So beyond love. I'm expecting that my slide is up. But while it's coming up, I would like to start up with a story of a gorgeous house that my friend had purchased a couple of years back. And even from the entrance, you can see the gorgeousness. You can see the intentionality, right? You can see the beauty. You can see how pretty the railings, the walls, the paints, everything looked amazing. But in a couple of months, the tiles started to shift and the doors, jamming. And people were like, okay, so these things are fake. No wonder. Anything shiny is fake. No, they weren't fake. The issue was the foundation. And I see that a lot of women are handling relationships just like this gorgeous house. We want the picture perfect. That tall, dark, and handsome. And then we'll take a post on Facebook and people say, everybody wants such experience. And then we take our look away from the things that are really important. Because by the time you are now married, as when you say, that your handsome husband, you say, who is handsome? Because at that time, you have met the actual person away from the looks. Right. And so, I'm going to read a couple of quotes. Sorry, just move to my quotes. Okay, the first one says, love is not just about finding the right person, but becoming the right person to fulfill kingdom purpose. And that's by Gary Thomas. And I essentially love it. So we think that there's that person that God has ordained for you, the rib of your rib, the bone of your bone. And so of all the 8 billion people in the world, he has saddled you with that responsibility to look for him, to just until that perfect match comes. And you take your attention away from yourself. And I see people moving from relationship to relationship. They break up again. They enter another one. They break up again. They enter another one. And you're saying, what's this? I say, no, she's just not the one. Oh, it's just not the one for me. Oh, it's just not. And you are not looking at yourself to see what the issues are. Because the problem is always the other person. The fault always lies with the other person. Right? So my next quote says, know first who you are, and then adorn yourself accordingly. And I'm just going to run through these. Have you ever seen a princess at the battlefield, fully, dressed in a princess attire? Do you already know that even if that happens, she has missed road? Because all the bullets, all the, are coming at her. And they are coming for her. So we see a lot of people in marriages, they are bombarded with bullets. They are not fully or properly dressed for the occasion. They are not equipped for the occasion. And then they just found themselves there, and then, there's nowhere to run. It's already too late. All right? So my next quote says, love chooses what looks good, but wisdom chooses what will last. So we are moving away from love to wisdom. And I know that you must have heard 1,000 times over how people will say, oh, love is not enough. Love is not enough. Love is not enough. The question is, why? And I know that you have heard Mommy, you have heard Coach Joan speak. So I know that already you have words formed in your heart. But I'm going to share with you very quickly. So beyond love, why? There are two types of love. The first is what we call the euphoric love. The second is the intentional love. Now, the euphoric love is when you meet this guy or this girl, and then you just eat it off. And your partner can do no wrong. It feels like your brain has been injected. You are on a love high. So even when people are saying, this is happening, you are not seeing the wrong. And at that level, you don't mind giving anything. You don't mind. If they let it be like this guy is stressing you out. Every other person is seeing it. You don't mind. It's not an issue. Unfortunately, this takes only about 6 months to 2 years before it wears off. Again, an unfortunate thing around here is that most people get on that lifelong journey of marriage within this space of time. Guess what? By the time that euphoric love is over, you are already inside the marriage. Now, you are now moved, whether you like it or not, to the intentional love. And this, you are seeing the flaws in this other person. You are seeing the difference in the way that you are and in the way that this person is. There's nowhere to run. So whether you like it or not, you need to now start building. You need to learn to start building. Now, another thing here that is worthy of note is that even the matured love, not everybody can survive it. And that explains the number of divorces we have all over the place. Not everybody can survive it. So how do you survive the intentional love? And that's what we're going to get at very quickly. Pardon that. Okay. So I said it takes an awesome person to navigate the journey of intentional love. I'm going to come again. It takes an awesome person, not a perfect person. So I'm not necessarily saying, as you're looking at me now, you have to walk your way to perfection. No. But you have to walk yourself to awesomeness. Because only then can you survive even the intentional, love. All right? So, how do we attain awesomeness? And awesomeness literally just means that you are mentally sound, you are physically healthy, you are spiritually grounded, you are relationally matured. And that entails a lot, but I'm going to take it one after the other. And I'm just trusting the Holy Spirit to do a good work. So spiritually grounded. Now, this is the place where you attend to your spirit. We all agree that you are a spirit being. You are living in this body, right? And your mind, of course, that's, But the place of your spirit a lot of the time is overlooked. So we just feel when you say AY is this. AY is not this. AY is wearing this house, but the AY is inside. So we say in the place where you are a human being, you have to be able to tend to your spirit man. And what do you gain from that? A lot of people, they don't have clarity on what their life purpose is. Only, we say, for an architect, we say only a builder knows the, what's it called now? Yes. So only your God, and that's from the place you can't connect to God with this your flesh, because God is a spirit, right? We know that. So the only way we connect to God is our spirit. So in the place where before you take on the role of being a wife, or a mother or whatever, in the place where you are single, you need to have that. Again, we know that, okay, some people are in the choir, some people are this and that's beautiful. You are serving God. But as a child of God, as a Christian, there are two sides to you. So, how many of us know what we call the two-edged sword? It means that on both sides is sharp, on both sides. So there's a part of you that is sharp on this side that you're serving, right? That everybody can see. But there's also that part where nobody sees, is you and God, that needs to also be very sharp. And so I see a sister in skirt, right? I know that she doesn't align with my destiny because I have a relationship with the one who already knows my journey. Scripture says that he knows the end from the beginning. So he has the totality of you, your existence and why he has it. He knows it. So you, with your two eyes like this, you will join your journey to somebody who is going to Songwater. And your journey is to be VI. Can you see? But the person who knows can already lead you. It can guide you. Another part of it is that it is in this place that you learn to submit to God. If a man is not submitted to the higher being, chances are that you will never know how to submit to any human being. I hope it's making sense. Exactly. So number 2, let me move on very quickly, is your purpose and meaning. And I think it's attached to it. So as a human being like this, you see some people say, I just want the soft life. I just want the baby girl life. I'm just going to, marry somebody who will just be taking care of all the... There has to be something to you outside the baby girl life. I'm not saying that you have to suffer. No, that's not it. But there has to be a way that you're in the flow. What is your contribution to humanity? You have to get in the flow. It's part of being. Human being. It's not human softness. Do you already see? So it's important that there's a meaning to you. And before you make the decision to even join your life with any other person, you have to find it out. And I'll tell you this for free. Let's assume you don't even know what you're about yet. It's not too late. Just join a service unit. Just volunteer. Chances are that your purpose will draw you in. All right? Okay, so the third says emotional maturity. And this is where we are. I remember Coach Juwan was saying, people will say, that's how I am. That's how I've been. How regulated are you emotionally? People know that when anything upsets you, you start to throw punches. Some other time you are sulking. You can't even name your emotions. When you are sad, you don't know. When you are upset, when you are disappointed. So instead of just communicating that, oh, I'm disappointed with this. Oh, I'm this. You just sulk and nag and transfer all the aggression. So it will naturally show up in the way that you are a wife when you become one, and the way that you are a mother when you become one. So you'll be that mother who is upset about a thing that doesn't even have to do with the child, but because a child is being a child, you just keep yelling all over the place. I remember one time, because again, we're all growing, I taken my son to my aunt, and then the moment we stepped into the house, he told the nanny there, can I get a quiet room? And then you say, okay, what's going on? Because my mom shouts the house down. Right? Emotional regulation. So, and that's how mothers damage their children. And we're going to get to that quickly. Right? Again, I don't want to say too much. I don't want to confuse you people. So when we talk about emotional regulation, you see adults who are still in that phase where we say, how do I say it? Let me just hang it at growth mindset. Don't be that person who says, everybody knows that I can talk to anybody when I'm upset. Everybody knows. And that's bad behavior. but it feels like that's how I've been. As it was in the beginning, is now, and ever shall be, world without end. No, that's not awesome. So, and why am I sharing all of this? It's not to say, I came here to say, I lack morals, I'm bad, I'm this. No, I'm trying to show you the gap between where you are and where you need to be. All right? So, and the next is relational health. Relational health. There's a particular research at the Harvard Business School, and I think the title is the longitudinal study of adult development. And they categorically said relationship is one of the most important predictor of happiness, longevity of life, and long-term living. Relationship. So it means in the place where you're single right now, before you join your life with any other person, you need to build relationships that last. And I don't mean people that can only cry with you when you're crying. You can post a story on social media, people that don't know you, they can cry with you. But people who can be genuinely happy for you. People that you can call on and say, oh, I need this support, and they're there for you. Relationship. The flip side of it is learning how that you have been attached. And that's what we call attachment style. Because again, when I hear people say, I want to have beautiful friends, then I ask them, are you also a good friend? It starts from there. So you learn your attachment style. How have you been attached? When a child is born, the family is the first place where security and trust is modeled to that child. So for instance, if a child would normally not be able to express herself, or they just say, you are a boy. Boys don't cry like this. Do you already know that this child will grow up to bottle everything in? And somebody is going to marry this guy, and then you just say, he doesn't talk. He doesn't talk. There's an issue. That's relational health. Do you see? And so we call them avoidance. The others are anxious. I remember having a bride very recently, and every time she's crying, and then she's sending a message, I'm just overwhelmed. Everything overwhelms her. It's not even about the guy she's dating. It's about everything and everybody else. So somebody is posting happy birthday. Yeah, the person said I greeted somebody's child and I didn't. I say, okay. And you are crying. You say, yeah, okay. Then I went to do my dress fitting. And the thing, and you are crying. She said, yes. I said, okay. I said, let me ask you. When you were young, when you were a child, and you had issues with anybody, who do you talk to? She said, no, I just go to my pillow and cry. I sleep it off. You can see where that's coming from. So she has grown she's married now. She has grown into an adult that we cry, even when, you don't have power over what the other person will do. You only have power over what you can do. So it means that everything that anybody is doing, whether they mean to hurt me or not, I'm crying. Do you see? And of course, if you have such friends that cry over everything, will you not stay away? Because I don't want to be responsible for why somebody is sad all the time. Relational health. So how are you in that space? It's something that you need to look at. All right? So mental growth. Oh my God. It feels like this is my favorite. So I've also heard a woman said to me that the husband said, since I married you, I've not made progress. I'm not making progress. In Yoruba, they will say, Yahweh, lese oshi. And I just took some time to talk to her. And I asked her a simple question. I said, the place where your husband was single, before you joined him, was there a plan he has for personal growth? She said, no. And at other times, it's the wife saying, since I married this man, my life has not made any progress. And I asked the same question. Before you married him, what was your plan on personal growth? You find out that nothing. So as a human being, before you join yourself with this man, you must ensure that you have plan consistently that talks about, that takes care of your growth, how you are learning. Do you see? So a lot of people are there, married right now. I also have a client who has been diagnosed of depression and very recently bipolar. And when we get to the root of it, She's been married for 14 years and she's been an housewife. Please, is it all housewives that are in that situation where they are not doing anything, they are not learning anything, they are nothing, they're just there? The truth is, when you keep a water, when you see a river that is not flowing, what happens to it? It stinks. So your life stinks if you don't have plan as a human being to continuously grow. And of course, when the guy is coming along and you already have your plan, they respect it. Do you see? So there's no family dynamics that can now into the same hole. The flip side of it, of the mental health, mental growth rather, is challenging limiting beliefs. Just like Coach Juwan said, growth mindset. What are your beliefs? Of course, when I was growing, I grew up from a church sect that we never used to wear earrings, trousers, and all of that. And even in school, thank you. And even in school, if you're a Christian, but you don't look like us, you're still not a Christian. It doesn't feel like you are. Because we just will not mix with you, right? But there has to be that time where I sat down and searched, I challenged that belief. Are you saying that all these people, they are going to hell? And I said, okay, I can actually wait. I should just not idolize it. Do you see? So you begin to challenge these beliefs. There are 4 stages in life: the domestication, the self-awareness. And I believe domestication is that time where you're told where to do, where to go, what to believe, right? Even the course that you did, everything you were told. And you were just doing what you were told, right? But you will move from that stage to self-awareness, where you begin to now challenge everything and begin to learn. Mental growth. So in the place before you even join yourself with anybody, you have to be mentally sound. Do you see? Then, physical activity. Physical activity. And physical vitality, sorry. And yes, physical activity is part of physical activity. Essentially, how as a single person you prioritize your rest. What do? The energy that you wake up from your bed with is not the same you are going to bed with, right? So how do you relax? Some of these women, when they come for session, I just see that they have built their entire life around this man, who may not be there to even give them fun and leisure. They don't know how. Do you see? Before you know it, they say, oh, they are depressed, oh, they are this, because in the place where they are single before the marriage, they don't know nothing. It's just the man. The man is the one who takes me out. The man is the one who, and the man is you have just built an entire world around the man. So when we see couples who are dancing on social media, I say, before any brother comes along, do that for yourself. Do that for yourself. Because, I'm going to tell you why. Your purpose, that seems really important and really huge, can only go as far as your body can carry you. So meaning if you're not taking care of this body, you're not watching what you're eating. Some of you even have a crate of Fanta or Pepsi or, stuck somewhere. Your purpose can only go as far as this body goes. And in the place where you are single, if you haven't already mastered where and how to take care of your body, marriage won't do that for you. So to tie this all together, becoming a woman of value means that you master all of this put together. Another part of it that's not on here is achievement. Achievement. Life is about achievement. So as a baby girl, you have to, constantly set goals for yourself. Achieve them, take a pause, celebrate yourself, and set another goal. So when a guy comes or not, you keep growing. It's part of being. All right? Now, to identifying a value-driven man. Please, I want to ask you, after doing all of this work, after being all of these things, because again, these things you're going to have to put intentional effort into growing, to becoming this. Please, I'm with my 2 eyes open like this. Do you think I want to choose less than me? You think I want to choose somebody who is less than me? Exactly. I don't want to settle for anything less than me. Now, the knowledge that I have here, that I've gathered, on myself, taking myself through all of this process, is the first knowledge that I have to learning the man. Do you see? So I'm not in, what should I now be looking for? What should I now be looking at? But the guy say he loves me. Okay, but he loves me. I am not confused, because if I've been able to achieve this and build myself up like this, then I know what to look for. Then you can't come and just tell me you love me. I love you too, bros, but wait first. Do you see? But I will share this very quickly. So to identify, let's even assume you've not heard anything that I've been saying since. To identify a value-driven man, please watch out for how he handles people, power, and pressure. So I'm going to go with pressure first. So people will say, when they slap you, they say, but you made me do it now. See the way you were talking to me. See the way you... Or at other times, something is happening around him. And you're going to say, please, people, just. Can you already see? How do they handle pressure? A man's character will give him away beyond what he says to you. How does he handle pressure? A lot of they say, you made me do it. She made me do it. They always put the blame on her. But guess what? You are doing it because it's in you. So very recently, I just got a new nanny. And I gave her 2 instructions about the inverter. Don't put iron on the inverter. And she did that. And then the gas. And she also did that too. And after all of that is gone, then she came to me and knelt down. And she was shocked that I didn't shout or I wasn't yelling at her. So in my own defense, I don't see what the yelling would do, to be honest, because the deed is already done. However, after she had left, it occurred to me that it's because the yelling is not in me. At other times, I will see my friends make comments like, I would have slapped her. It's because the slap is not in me. So I always would ask, and that helped me, also gave me an insight. So when a woman comes and starts to talk in session about her husband and her reaction, and I always say, if this same thing that you said your husband did to get this reaction, if it was your colleague that did it, would you have reacted? You say, no. I say, that's why you know it's not the man, it's you. It's because it's in you. So even if you know, if you are knowledgeable, you know what you should be doing. If you are not in a resourceful state, you will not be able to tap into what you know and apply it. And I think that this still makes sense. I don't want to lose you, right? It's because it's in you. So when a guy says, you made me do it, it's not you or whoever they say is making them do it. It's in them. How does he handle people? Sometimes people believe, there's no equality of human beings and persons. And you will see it in the way they talk to their, gatekeeper, their nanny, you will see it. They don't believe that, we're all equals. That time and chance just happened to us all. They don't believe some people are superior by way of maybe the cash or the whatever. You will see it in the way that they do. They approach this, they talk to these people. Don't overlook such things. It's only a matter of time. They may be treating you like the queen. Of course I will. Because I'm just trying to get you. I remember a story of a secondary school friend of mine who told me that she was already having chaos and then she reached out. And she said, this guy will pick me from, what's it called? Victoria Island. She stays at Iyanokpaja. He would drop her at Iyanokpaja and then come to Magodo, where he stays. Will you not think that's love? Exactly. But how was he treating the other people? Because after you have now entered the house, he will treat you like everybody else. So most importantly, watch out for how he treats other people. That's people, pressure, and power. Power. How do they use their power? How do they use their power? How do they use their power? Okay. So to tie it all together, please, can I get my the next slide? I hope that somebody has been blessed. Glory to God. All right. Okay, yes. I want to leave us with these questions. Are you building your relationship house on sand or stone? Are you showing up as healed, whole version of yourself? Whole version of yourself is after you have mastered all of the things that I had talked about earlier. And then, what is one belief about love or relationships you need to unlearn? You have heard mommy speak about how you're going to have to, from now, start to think about the responsibility that comes with every decision you're going to be making. So if you have not, I'm just taking your memory back to that. Maybe this will now help you make better choices. Okay? So I'm leaving you with this. And I remember, love starts the journey. Value keeps it going. Purpose gives it direction. Again, don't settle for the brother has prospects. Let me just tell you. When there's prospect, there has to be direction. There has to be direction. The vision may not be clear now because, of course, clarity comes as we move. Clarity comes as we move. But there has to be direction. I'll leave you with this. H, the home. H stands for anchored in God. Hone your identity and value. Measure foundations, not feelings. And by foundation, I mean, how is this person attached? What's going on in their life, their relational health, all of these things are not feelings. Establish your roles and your purpose together. Again, if you don't already know your purpose, start on that journey. I think that's where you should start before you join yourself with another person. The truth is, if you are not grounded in your identity, they will come and give you another person's form and you're going to wear it. You are going to wear it until it becomes really heavy for you. And it will be too late. You won't be able to pull it off. I remember how I was engaged before I married my husband. Not to my husband anyways. And one of the major things is that I had agreed that no makeup. So I've never been a loud person, but I like to just, keep it simple. And this guy said, an amazing guy. He was our Bible study secretary. Rema is a walking Bible and very smart. So I see that I'm attracted to, and he had a first class, so that's beautiful. Very handsome too. So he said, no makeup, blah, blah, blah. I love makeup, but for some reason, I didn't even know whether I like makeup or not, so I agreed. And I went for a wedding ceremony. I was the one who made the bride up. And my colleagues were like, you to do a little. So I did a little. I took a picture. I sent it to him. For the first time that evening, he came and started to call me names and said, you're a pretender. Because he would come to my office. I didn't know that this guy was coming to my office to, close Markman. I didn't know. And in my entire life, my dad used to cane us. He would cane you well. But never was he a name-calling person. Never. So I started to cry. How can somebody call me a pretender? I've never had such experience. Whether you are friends or you are dating. And I'm a church girl, so my friends are also, I've been really deliberate about choosing my friends. And then he came and said sorry. And so me too. I collected the sorry now and we moved on. And a couple of months later, we were right in my father's sitting room and we're having an argument. And then he said, AY, if you say another word there, I'm going to slap you. And I said, no, this can't be my life. And I said, I just knew that I will not be in the clan of people that they will beat you and say sorry, they will beat you again. And then they will say sorry, and they will beat you again. You'll be all over social media. No, I just knew. Social media wasn't really a thing at the time. I just knew that this couldn't be my life. What am I getting at? Be grounded in your identity. Be grounded in your identity. Know your deal breakers. Know what you can settle for. There are people who feel they are okay with cheating. Some people, it's only once. They don't want it. Be grounded in who you are. So that they will not say, sister, stop wearing makeup. You say yes. Meanwhile, in your heart of hearts, you really like it. Do you see? So it's very easy for people to just give you their own and you wear it on if you don't already know who you are. So I think on that note, I've been able to convince you and not to confuse you that you owning yourself is your first step to choosing the right partner. Thank you very much.